If there was a way that you could almost instantly be able to turn a switch on in your mind where you built the most unbelievable amount of confidence, the most unbelievable amount of belief in yourself, where you felt literally unstoppable and you felt free, and there was no blocks, fear, or doubt in the way that could ever stop you from what it is that you want. And you truly felt like you were a creator of this life. If you could have that amount of power, that amount of potential and drive, would you want it? And if so, would you also be willing to give up the story that you might have been telling yourself all along? Would you be willing to give up the beliefs that you have about yourself? Would you be willing to let those go in order to get that? And if so, this training is for you. What about the greats makes them who they are? Like when you look at your idol or your idol's idol, what is it about them that makes them so special? Like how did they get to where they are? How are they this beam of energy that just we are so inspired by that drags us towards them? Well, oftentimes what we typically think it is we typically think it's luck, right? We'll think maybe it's discipline. We'll think maybe it's because they're just super, super smart or out of the ordinary, right? But is it really all those things? Is it really all those things? Like, let's say if it was just luck, but they didn't have the smarts or skill, do you think that they'd be where they are? No, right? And that's proven by, for example, people who win the lottery. People who win the lottery, they got super, super lucky, but not every single one of them end up going become a grade or whatever it may be. So it can't be luck. It can't be luck. 80% plus of people who win the lottery, by the way, end up going back to where they were before within about 5 years or so. So that's not luck. What about discipline? No. Some of the most fit people in the world also suffer and struggle so much in other areas, right? We would say they're so disciplined in their health and fitness. Why isn't that they have all these other things? So it can't be discipline. Cannot be discipline. And is it smart? No, can't be that, right? Yeah, sure. Some people, but a lot of, even if you look at some of the greats and the greatest of the greats, some of them didn't even finish high school. Some of them didn't go to college. Some of them was living on the streets. So it can't be that, right? What is the one driving factor? What is it that actually makes them so special and helps them accomplish the things that they accomplish that helps them get through those major blockages where it's almost like life has completely shut out the light? What is it about them that puts them forwards, that allows them to keep moving forwards even when all else is going backwards? When 99% of people have turned around, what is it about them that helps them keep moving forwards, right? What is it about them? Well, let's break this down, guys. Let's go deep. So if you look at luck, right? What does luck come from? Okay, you get lucky. How do you get lucky? Because you're in the right place or it's the right time, right? That's how luck works. But here's the thing is the more that you put yourself in the right place, the more that you show up, the more odds are going to be in your favor of being there on the right time, being at the right place. The more you act towards what it is that you want, the more you're going to be in the right place at the right time, the more luck you get. So, in a way, we can twist our own luck. But there's something deep behind that, right? Because what is the mechanism that causes us to act to be in the right place? What is the mechanism that causes us to want to be at the right time for that synchronicity to happen? That's what we're going to dive into next. Same thing with discipline. Here is the question for you is when you love what you do, does that feel like actual discipline? No, right? When you're going towards something that you know you're going to get it, you're going to get it, and you're so excited and you're chasing after and you love it. Does that sound like it's very hard to do? No, right? Does it take discipline to go get food when you're hungry? No, right? It's like, I want it, I'm gonna go get it. There's nothing really in the way of me getting that food. So, what is it that's actually driving them? What is the one thing that they all have in common? Like, literally, if they did not have this, guys, they would not be where they are. They would not have accomplished what they have accomplished. That one thing is self-belief. And I'm going to explain to you why. Self-belief is the number one thing. If they not believed in their own ability to create what it is that they have in their mind, that vision, that pull, if they not did not believe in their own ability to be able to do that and become that, they would have never gotten there. Plain and simple. The brain would have never filtered in the opportunities. You would have never focused on it. You would have never acted upon it because you don't even believe you can do it in the first place. So there's not even going to be a thought about the possibility of even doing it. Fear will eat you up every single time if you do not believe in yourself. What we often do is we will simply just let safety and comfort take over every single time. But when you truly have self-belief, that you believe in yourself almost to a point that's delusional, but you believe in yourself and I think there's three classifications for statements about ourselves and our ideas. And that is that you think about it. Okay, I have these thoughts. The second one is that you believe it. Okay, I believe it to be true. I hold on to these thoughts and I act upon these thoughts, right? But then there's knowing. And that's what I think self-belief is. Self-belief is not even just believing, there's a higher level to it. It is knowing that you can do it, that there is nothing in the way that could ever stop you. That every single challenge that you run into, every single failure, every single loss, it's a lesson. It is going to get you closer to your goal. It's a part of the process to get you to where you want to go. But you would only see the path like that if you had that delusional belief that you can do it. And that's the simple reason why you can do it. It comes down to having self-belief. Simply believing in your own ability to go do it will allow you to expand your mind, your consciousness, to think in different ways to make it happen, to see challenges in different perspectives that won't stop you from moving forwards, that will naturally motivate you because the idea of that vision, that dream excites you so much, it gets you out of bed in the morning. It's what will put you in the darkest places. It's what will put you in uncomfortable times because you truly believe that if you do that, it's going to allow you to get something greater than yourself, something greater than your current life and reality now. So, guys, I'm telling you, it comes down to self-belief. And we can even do self-belief and confidence, right? They kind of connect because confidence, what is confidence? Is you believe in yourself. It is your own ability to make things happen, right? You're sure of yourself. So it's self-belief. Self-belief is the number one thing. Big piece of it is the way that you see life, the way that you see and understand creation itself. Because if you have beliefs around creation or human potential and your abilities, well, then you're going to limit yourself. You'll put yourself in a prison. So we'll break all that down. This is how you get your personal power back. And when I say personal power back is like, here's how you believe in yourself. Because plain and simple, it's like this. You either believe in yourself or you believe in other things that go against yourself. You cannot lack belief, right? It's not like you're lacking it. It's not like you have a bucket of water and that water is belief. And it's like, yeah, I don't have enough water in my bucket like this guy over here has. It's not like that. No, no, no. It's not that you ever lack it. It's just you have belief in something else more than your own self. You're more confident in something else more than your own self, right? And we can talk about how when it comes to getting your personal power back, of course, there's the commonalities like, stick to your word. You got to stick to your word, right? You can't stab yourself in the back. So sticking to your word slash your promises. Of course, there's consistency, staying consistent, putting the reps in, right? You're proving it to yourself that you can do it. You can work out, for example, and that will help you feel more confident too. We can do the affirmations as well. And they're all good. But why is it that we're told to do these things to build self-belief and confidence? Why is it that inherently we just don't have the confidence and self-belief naturally? Well, here's the thing, guys, that's not actually true. That's not actually true, is that we are actually born with it. And what I mean by that is like just watch a baby and how they act, the confidence they have. They don't judge themselves, they don't worry about themselves or overthink. They're just fully in the moment, fully in the present moment being, right? But then as we age and as we grow up, we start to get these programs into us that limits us. You know, fears get pushed into us, limiting beliefs. And that could be limiting beliefs around relationships, people. It could literally, it could be around anything, right? Race. It could be around gender. It could be around people. It could be around work, money, beliefs around government, the world, religion, all these things. And a lot of these different kind of beliefs, though, even beliefs for your personal self, if you're good enough or not good enough, if money is evil or good, if success is, if you're worthy or not, if, your love only comes conditionally if you accomplish things, or if it's unconditional in the household. All these things form beliefs and fears, and they're all programmed into you as you grow up, and they limit you and they break you down. And one thing that stands out for a lot of the highest, greatest achievers in life is that they hit a threshold of pain that pushed them, almost broke down their sense of self. It's like the pain that they experienced pushed them so far out of the story of themselves that they were telling, that they were living in, right? Their belief systems, their unawareness of their own potential. The pain they went through pushed them outside of that to force themselves to change and become something more indifferent. And that's the great old tale of, when the pain of staying the same becomes stronger than the pain, or when it becomes harder than the pain of change, that's when we change, right? That's when we truly change. So it's quite beautiful to look on. But the whole biggest thing, right, is we have to consistently act differently. We have to create a new entire story about ourselves. We have to become someone different, right? Someone that we believe in, someone that we're confident in. And plain and simple, keeping it as plain and simple here is how you become someone different, how you get different results in your life, right? If you want different results, if you want a different body, if you want a different house, if you want different relationships, if you want a different life, you need to take different actions over time. It's not going to change with a snap of fingers. Actions create results. And how you take consistent actions over time is through your identity, who you genuinely are. You act the way you act because your identity, right? And your identity is created through thought and emotion. Neuroscience shows that thoughts and emotions held over time, neurons that fire together will start to wire together. So when you hold these thoughts and emotions, right, this is what you start to believe to be true about yourself. It's who you actually genuinely become. Your brain starts to filter more and more of the things in that help believe in that identity, that self. So your identity is basically you take actions based off your core identity. And your core identity is created through your thought and emotion. And we know that thought and emotion, what produces your thoughts and emotions, because remember this, is that your thoughts, your emotions are not random, as in, like, you're not just going to randomly feel an emotion. It always comes from something, right? Either the meaning that we give an experience, the experience itself, how we see the experiences that we go through, or the things that happen to us, how we feel about ourselves inside ourselves, whatever it may be. Same thing with the thoughts as well, right? What we think about ourselves, the world, people, situations. Just think of this for a second. If you were born into this earth or sorry, if you just showed up on this earth today in your body at your age, but you had no memory of the past, you had no memory of the past and how things are or how things were, no story about yourself, how would you be act then? How would you show up in the world then? What would you do then? And what I'm trying to say here is that what produces the thoughts that you typically have and the emotions that you're having, the sadness, whatever it may be, it's all coming from something so powerful that is what creates the self-belief that helps you, helps you, how should I say this? Helps you fill your battery of self-belief, okay? And that is your core belief system or fears, your core, genuine beliefs about yourself, the world, everything is what is either going to help empower you or disempower you. And you want to think of it like this. You want to think of it like this is, okay, how can I expand myself as much as possible? Okay. So core beliefs, when you think of your core beliefs and your fears, you want to think of it like that is how can I have beliefs that are going to allow me to ascend, expand, rather than collapse? Okay. Even think about confidence, right? A confident person, they're expanded. They're expanded. Their shoulders are outwards. They're opened up. Their heart's opened up. They're confident in themselves. They don't need to protect themselves. They're not scared. They're not collapsing inwards. So we want to make sure our beliefs are in alignment with that as well. Here's some examples, guys, that are very, very famous, okay? Very, very popular. Abundance. Abundance. Okay, so what I mean by that is that you want to have beliefs that allow you to tap into your abundance. Abundance as in this. Do you ever think there's never going to not be enough air to breathe? No. But when it comes to your beliefs around your own money or your own ability to create change in your life, a lot of us have limiting beliefs around it. Money is evil. Money is bad. Money is stressful. Money is energy that's going to amplify more of who you already are. Money is not evil, right? So those are limiting beliefs that collapse us. And this is remember, this goes back to the question that I asked at this first of this training. Are you willing to give up the story of yourself to become something more, to realize that you are the author? But when doing so, it might be challenging and uncomfortable because the story is familiar. So we want to expand our beliefs. Abundant, joyous, unconditional love. That's the beliefs that we want to have. That's the feelings that we want to have. Is we want to get to a place where we have unconditional love, which means you accept, you allow, you do not judge. You do not judge yourself, you do not judge others, right? You allow others to have their experience with no judgment, just unconditional love. Knowing that every experience is where you find more of yourself. There's always some sort of benefit, 110% optimist. Knowing that you are truly an abundant being. You're so powerful. Knowing that you are connected to all. Okay, these are all expanded beliefs. So, for example, when it comes to self belief and confidence, right, we're just pouring our confidence into other things. So, where are you putting your confidence in? What beliefs are you putting your confidence in over the simple fact and belief that you can do something? Because remember this, guys, it's a paradox. The fact that you can't change and change your life is, and that you believe that you're not good enough and can't change is the reason why you're not changing. Because your core beliefs produce the thoughts and emotions that you have, which create your identity over time, which influences how you take action over time, which gets you different results in your life. And keep it that simple. Okay, keep the formula that simple. Simplicity is the hardest thing to do because the mind likes to think it can't be that easy. No, it is that easy. So, what I'm telling you here today is that you change your core beliefs about yourself, world, creation, you change your life. And this is where you become the alchemist of your life. This is where you become the creator of your life. You don't have to worry about taking different actions right now. So many people, we worry about the wrong things. You don't have to worry at all. Put your focus into your core beliefs. Discover your true authentic self and try to get back to that neutral state. Neutral state as in that baby state. Again, if you were to wipe out your entire past and you showed up into this day and age today, here and now, and fear wasn't running your automatic system, right? How would you be? You'd play, you'd be creative thinking, you'd observe, you'd be extremely aware and present. You wouldn't have thoughts of like, oh, I could never go do that. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty. I'm not strong like them. I'm not smart. You wouldn't think that. You wouldn't spend a second thinking like that. So that's it right there, guys, is your core beliefs. That's how you build self-belief on crack. That's how you speed it up, is by digging into the core beliefs. Where am I putting my confidence into? What am I believing in that allows me to collapse rather than expand in my life? What limits me? What rules am I setting up in my life? That's where you want to do the digging. And when you unpluck all those beliefs, all those anchors, not only will you genuinely be happier, more fulfilled, and excited about life, but your literal life will change. Your external reality will change over time. If you just stay consistent and you embody that new self, those new beliefs, that's just how the system works. It's how the mechanism works. And ladies and gentlemen, that's where I'll stop at today for the training. Okay, is again, like I said, we can do all these things, and all these things are part of the process, and they're all so important and good, right? Affirmation is super good on rewiring those thoughts about ourselves. Working out, that's actions, right? Acting, working on yourself, feeling better about yourself. That's good. It's needed. The consistency through time, putting in the reps, right? Ingraining that new self. Super important. Sticking to your words. That's what you do when you're a confident person, right? But what I'm telling you is that you become all of this, and this all becomes so much easier to act upon and be when we change the core beliefs and release the fears that we have about ourselves so we can expand and not collapse inwards. And that's the training for today, guys, on creating your dream self is self-belief. Now, if you did benefit from this training, guys, if this really did help you, if this helped you believe in yourself more, empower yourself more, see yourself differently, like and subscribe, leave a comment, share it with a friend. I appreciate you guys all so much, and I'll see you all on the next training.